Good evening, friends. This is once again your President, Mr. Raghavendra Das. I'm back, and today it's going to be a very vital question which I'll be discussing. And it's my request to all the listeners, viewers who've been following me on the YouTube channel to concentrate on what I'll be saying in the coming subparts of the 4 videos. I shall be discussing the most important chapter or a document which is very vital to know whether we are an old grant or we are a freehold property. That is called the General Land Register. I presume with my authentication and my tours which I took in 2009 that 20% of us in these cantonments do not even know what the General Land Register is. What we've actually seen is the extract which only speaks of very lesser information. It doesn't talk about where this grant came from, who was the first grantee. It doesn't talk of when was the admission deeds given by the earlier predecessors of my grantee. So this document, which is an extract which is generally in our knowledge or which is in our view, the department uses this document against us, and unfortunately the honorable courts have been passing judgments on this very extract. Friends, I will show you what is an extract. An extract only talks of a basic information of the bungalow or the property, whether in civil area. Now, this is the picture of the extract which we are showing. This GLR carries no entry. It shows nothing, where it is coming from, whom it came from, how it was inherited by us or it was transferred to us. It speaks nothing. It basically has a zero value. And the travesty is that we bungalow owners or residents do not know about it. So this is the most happening question, General Land Register. This is the Bible which has been upheld by the Supreme Court in 2003 in Surinder Kumar Vakil's case of Sagar Cantonment. Residents, again I would be asking you, have you actually, tell me honestly, seen the original volume which is called the full GLR? It's about a legal page. I would call it a double A4 or a double legal page, which is carrying entries from 1937. Where is this GLR? This GLR has never been taught to us, has never been shown to us. Who is the person who would have shown us is basically our local president. Like mine in Ambala, who actually in 2003 came up for no support, 2009 came up for zero support, is like in every cantonment. No president, no secretaries, no associations. We itself as residents do not want to associate with our neighbors. We do not want to share anything with our neighbors. How do we expect and vice versa that somebody will stand up for us tomorrow? We all are very selfish, I'm sorry. This may not be liked by most people, but this entire honesty which we play on or we try to hide things lands up nowhere. We are left with 295 grants in India now, more than about 21 lakh residents in the civil area. What are we doing? I'm sorry, I'm being harsh. This GLR is very important. If you have not seen this GLR, please ask your president, ask anybody in the department, whether the superintendent, whether the tax superintendent, that you want to see your full volume GLR. Friends, my tone is so frustrated within myself because I remember when in 2003 I got my resumption notice, and when I was arguing my case in Supreme High Court, I yet remember word by word what my honorable judge said, that if you can show me a judgment after 2003 specifically in a cantonment case where the Supreme Court has allowed additional evidence, I will allow yours in 2011. I showed judgments other than the cantonment area, which the Honorable Court did not pay heed on. This is where I realize that this is not with us. And can you imagine, it was so shocking and so heartening for me that in 2012, when I first created history of having an association convention in Delhi, this judgment of additional evidence after 2003 cut date of a cantonment bungalow owner by the Supreme Court where additional evidence was allowed was in my hand. Imagine, had this been with me in 2011, I would have been in possession of my bungalow and I would have made sure not a single property in these cantonments, 57, belongs to the British Army. We could have proved this. Well, that's my destiny, but I want to improvise on your destiny. The worst would not end here. It is just the beginning. Residents, people started speaking at my back after my 2011 judgment that when Mr. Das could not save his own bungalow, what good would he do to us? How would he save our bungalow or our property in the civil area? I have heard these calls, I have heard these speeches, I have heard these talks, I have heard people brandishing my image. This is what the department is looking for. It is basically looking for a divide and rule policy. We both don't like each other. We don't like our neighbors. Why? My property or your property will not be inherited by either of us. We all need to get up, assimilate, join hands, talk to each other, and then get back to it. After 2012, after my possession being taken over of my convention, I came back with a full vigor that yes, what happened with me in 2003, 2011 and September 2012, I shall not let it happen with any resident or bungalow owner in these cantonments. Army is trying to target everybody. They would barge in without eviction orders. They would barge in without any orders from the court of law. The PP Act is misused against us. So please, I am taking this initiative of educating people. So what were the Britishers actually doing with this General Land Register when they first made it in the Cantonment Land Administration Rules, 1938? Do we people know that this GLR was even made in 1925? So where is that GLR? But we harp on only on the 1937 GLR. Now if people have seen the full volume GLR, which I will be showing to you, this is the full volume GLR. It is carrying some 13 columns. Friends, if you see it clearly, these 13 columns depict some various happenings. Now what are these happenings? It is detailing, let's say, first column it says details and date of mutation and initial of military state officer. Please, this is very important. Initial of the military state officer. Second column speaks of subsidiary survey number. Again, it doesn't talk of survey number, it talks of subsidiary survey number. Volume and page of register from where the entries have been carried forward. Whether my grant or whether my bungalow, whether my property in civil area was of particular area, was of particular square feet size, is the column 4. Then we have the description column. Column 6 calls us the classification column, that is the class, which we will be detailing in the coming videos of mine. Then column 7 comes by whom managed. Now what do you mean by whom managed? So there were two authorities which were managing these properties. One in 1938 became the MEO, which is called the military state officer, now the defense state officer. And the other main person was the cantonment magistrate or the cantonment authority. Landlord, column 8. You will be surprised. They want a landlord also here. Column 9 speaks of holder of occupancy. Now who's in HOR? Column 11 speaks of rent payable per annum. My grant of the GGO, which they as a Bible use, doesn't depict anywhere that I as a grantee have to pay anything to them in the form of rent or form of ground rent. Now, whether this rent is being paid to the central government or the cantonment board are two different subjects. When is my lease expiring if I am a converted lease from old grant to lease by the cantonment code of 1889 and 1912? And the last column is the remark column. Why is this remark column? These 13 columns are very important. Friends, in coming videos, we shall continue this GLR discussion. For present, I thank you for listening to me. Thank you very much and good day.